You appear underwater, encased in a magical bubble of air. A warforged waves you over. No doubt she's one of the crew sent to salvage the ship's cargo. The foreman says that dangerous creatures threaten their salvage operation. You'd be doing them a favor if you clear out the local wildlife. The water near these ruins churns violently, creating unnatural eddies. Something nearby must be causing these dangerous currents. Now that this ritual site has been dealt with, the Sahuagin can no longer use water currents to sink nearby ships. Containers salvaged from the sunken ships surround the entrance to the Sahuagin must have taken Vault's cargo inside. You step out of the water and into cool cave air. It seems that the Sahuagin created some sort of magical barrier to keep the ocean at bay. You find a small key and wonder what it opens. A Sahuagin standing atop a rock high above sounds the alarm. Fools! You've made enemies of the Dagamore, he croaks. More forces rush in from the cave. Was fierce, but you've survived it handily. A Sahuagin stands before the bar, which allows ships to come and go while hiding from the mines. Dead, the pirates will no longer be able to use Your search is
Hey! Focus on the mission!
But people back in Sharn are paying us plenty to steal it.
With the pirates out of the way, you can finally take a look at Vaughn's cargo. You've recovered Vaughn's mysterious shipment at long last. It must be very valuable to have drawn such attention, whatever it is.
We do.
Isabelle Tremont waits for you here, atop one of Sharn's lofty towers. She can help you contact Lucien Vaughn. Isabelle tells you to take the elevator up to the terrace, then speak to Lucien Vaughn. Her employer wants you to pass along some information about the strange beacon. You enter the boarding house, an island of quiet in the hustle and bustle of the city. A genius. A violent smoking ruin. You'll have to find another way up to the terrace. The windows shatter, and agile forms swarm in from sky coaches outside. The boarding house is under an all-out attack. This looks more like an office than a boarding house. Vaughn has rented this entire operation and transformed it into his place of business.
Damage!
Getting up to the terrace this way. The way up to the terrace is just ahead, but one final group of attackers. Here's the direction of the terrace. Beast descends the range, one unlike anything.
I'm taking damage! The figure on the sky coach ahead matches the description of Lucien Vaughn. He seems unruffled by the attack.
I have a message for you,
says Vaughn.
The beacon belongs to me now. I paid the Boromar clan good money to get it, after all.
You step into Zelith Crowspire's tidy office. The Inquisitive calls out to you. Step inside, quickly. There are eyes everywhere. Zelith pulls a switch and nods toward the back of the building. You hear the scrape of stone on stone as the concealed back door slides open. You walk out into the streets of Cogsgate. Towers loom high above, so tall they block out the night sky. Anyone who knows what's good for them will stay indoors tonight. A rain of blood is falling here, and it's up to you to mop up the mess. Despite the slurred words, you've learned more about the Dask-Boromar rivalry from the poor man. You wonder what the other residents of the neighborhood might have to say. The surprisingly well-decorated rooms show signs of a struggle. You're starting to contact in anticipation as you near the crime scene. Your companion died well. The doors to the gambling hall are wide open and its chairs are empty, though the nearby tables are still covered with food and drink. Looks like the customers left in a hurry. You find a crossbow bolt still lodged in the victim's side. You also notice several gashes on her palms. A chest full of coins was left here locked and untouched. This was no robbery. You can tell that there's more to this than meets the eye. The incriminating information on the black market. Searching the gambling hall raised more questions about the murders than answers. As you turn to leave, you hear figures clamoring outside the building. You strike down the last of this group of Dask thugs and check to make sure there are no more nearby. Now to leave the way you came. You've learned all you can about these first two crimes. You head back to the Wolf Gate, where Zelith awaits your results. Zelith unlocks the gate, revealing a small lane that goes deeper into the heart of Cog's Gate. The door to the pawn shop is unlocked, just as with the other crime scenes. Inside, the shopkeeper's body lies forgotten alongside all the other cast-offs in her shop. But the same song. A crossbow bolt dipped in poison, and a palm covered in slashes. Yet this time a new detail catches your eye. A shattered pin bearing Vaunt Arcanotechnic's symbol. A closer look at the keg reveals a hidden compartment filled with smuggled goods. Packages lie in the cauldron. The murderer could have emptied it, and yet only Mord's life was taken. Armed with your findings, you wonder, what connects all these gruesome crimes? The last of the heavily armed halfling thugs falls. Another alley stretches before you. The more you learn about the victims, the more questions you have. You can only hope that Zulkus Crowspire holds the answers you've been seeking. A tiefling stands before you, with a face you remember from your recent adventures. Despite your own shock at meeting him again, you hope that Zulkus is willing to answer your questions about the murders. Zulkus steps through a dimension door, his face glowing with the smug triumph of a man who thinks he's won, though you're too busy dealing.
Focus on the mission!
The troll topples, yet another casualty of this bloody night. Zelith shakes her head, the weight of her brother's betrayal settling over her like the dirt that falls on the streets from above. But you've got a job to finish. Another crime scene waits for you in an alley to the south. You stoop down to search the contents of Nahram's pack. Looks like he was fleeing for his life in the murder This time, you see the pattern. You wonder how you could have missed such an important clue. The slashes were literally the killer's signature. Whoever did this wasn't shy about letting people know. You find a security ledger embossed with Vaunt Arcanotechnic symbol. A quick glance reveals that every victim... It's too big of a coincidence to overlook, especially since a note in the margin... That ledger told you what you needed to know. The victims all worked for Vaunt and were killed because they knew too much about his operations down in the cogs. You strike down the last of the victims. You can't let these petty thugs hold you back. Not when you're so close to the truth. You catch up with Zelith and fill her in on the clues you found so far. She points you towards an alleyway northwest of where the goblin is last seen. A familiar voice from behind this door.
What's there to make it look like an accident, didn't you understand? And leaving a signature behind was beyond stupid. Now Zelith is onto us. It's only a matter of time before barging in here.
Breathe a sigh of relief as the goblin falls. You've sent the murderer to his just reward. But as you turn to confront Zulkus, the goblin suddenly rises, trapped. Zulkus quickly casts a dimension door. The tiefling and the goblin disappear through it.
This adventure, like so many others, begins in a tavern. You're supposed to meet a disgruntled Vault employee here. He'll give you an off-the-record tour of the nearby warehouse. Victor asked you to wait for him outside. Looks like getting inside his warehouse won't be a problem. Victor leans over and whispers,
I don't want to lose my job. If you'll just follow me, I'll cough when it's time for us to part ways. What you do after that is none of my business. So,
Victor coughs and nods at a flimsy-looking grate. Then he hurries away, disappearing into the night. That must be your way inside. Time for you to investigate the warehouse. According to this ledger, all of the blueprints have been moved to the office upstairs for shredding. hear a scream of pain from up above. A scream cut short with steel. You hear a gruff voice howling.
The roof! The roof!
A more measured voice responds. What of it? The excited no bounces around.
The roof is on fire!
An otherworldly air of confidence surrounds the handsome being, who appears to be their leader. Let's pick up the pace, shall we? We still have to destroy the lab downstairs. Portal, please. Portal! Now! Snaps the being in a command. You hear a familiar voice somewhere nearby. Acting.
Oh, what's all this? We have a security breach! Quickly! Find them!
Whatever documents were stored in the office are beyond salvaging. Still, there might be something useful down in the lab.
Focus on the mission.
This is one of Vaught's prototypes! We're completely invincible!
The button.
You think you're clever, but you're nowhere near as clever as Vaught. His resources are virtually limitless. I press this button, and more will show up. How do I get out? I'm stuck here.
Need to clear that. It seems the dimensional anchor is in place. Nobody's clear.
What
Victor mashes the button on the magical device in frustration. Nothing happens.
Focus on the mission.
Time to move, people.
I'm taking damage.
Don't just stare there gawking! Move! You hear the ominous hum of a dimensional bell. Victor directs more guards away.
Not good!
Listening with chilling chants. As this chant continues, forge rays coalesce in the air around Victor. Panic screams and pounding feet indicate rapid losses. Victor yells, "Get back here, you cowards! These brutes aren't going to banish themselves!" Don't do anything rash. I'm coming out. Perhaps we can make a deal. Victor presses the button on his formed prototype. The magical barrier around him fades away.
You've arrived at Club Clawfoot, a popular night spot owned by the Boromar clan. Counselor Sevilla Patella pulled some strings to get you on. Suddenly, clearly, they want to prevent you from enjoying a night on the town. Those Das thugs were loitering near Club Clawfoot, but this is Boromar clan territory. Something's brewing, and you're smack in the middle of it. A group of would-be patrons lingers in the courtyard. They must not be on the guest list. The bouncer opens the front door, allowing you to enter Club Clawfoot.
Now won't you listen,
The Dusk thugs lurking outside have set the assistant's nerves on edge. He wants you to check on Club Clawfoot's employees before he'll let you talk to the manager. You notice a sign on the door. Rat infestation. Exterminators have already... Do not open. The employees report nothing terribly unusual. You can tell Fenwick that all is quiet in the nightclub.
You can't go back to the Talenta place.
Fenwick is relieved to hear that the club is safe and secure. He gives you permission to A piercing alarm reverberates throughout the nightclub. Regina turns to you and cries, "The alarm! Someone's breaching our magical wards! It must be
Your companion died young.
Do what you do best! but pitch-perfect scream rings throughout the nightclub. It's encore! The main stage must be under attack.
Others will crush you. Dusk. Forever.
More attacks are on the way. But for now...
I've done my part. Get out there and finish the job, soldier.
Once again, Dusk's attack on the nightclub has resumed. Once again, harsh sounds issue from the direction of the stage. You hear panic shouts, screams, and snakes.
I'm taking damage.
Once more. Now you can finally talk to Regina. For your help in keeping her and Encore alive, Regina has promised to do everything she can to cut ties between the Boromar clan and Vaunt Arcanotechnic.
You arrive in Dava Gate, one of Sharn's many business districts. The streets are almost deserted at this hour. A lone figure stands idly on the platform next to a sky barge.
About time you got here,
grumbles the old man.
They've already started. Get on board quick like and I'll ferry you up to their window. Remember, stay quiet as a mouse.
Mr. Wundt, I assume this is about your request to join the Platinum Concourse, which was turned down due to your lack of subtlety, shall we say? Yes, well, I prefer audacity to subtlety. I admit that subtlety has allowed the Aurum to do as they please with the Five Nations for many years. But what I have to offer your organization cannot be ignored. What cannot be ignored? Not for long, my friend. Allow me to demonstrate. Isabet, please come in. Now, Isabet, I know you invited our mutual friends from Stormreach. No, don't cry. I said, don't cry. That's better. This is just business, Isabet. Just business. I'd prefer that you do your house cleaning when I am not present, Mr. Wundt. A necessary demonstration of my device. I wanted you to see my improvements firsthand. Not quite dead yet. A calibration issue, perhaps. No matter. Urk, Gesh, take Isabet outside. We will adjourn to the yacht. It's time for the next act to begin.
Vaughn's henchman releases a strange whooping bark, and the darkness around you erupts with a choir of menacing responses.
An ambush! Damn us for fools!
Shouts Casper. The old man produces a bow from somewhere as giggling shapes descend from above. You've dispatched Vaughn's first group of assassins, but they're surely not the last. Vaughn doesn't go in for half measures. Casper wheezes out his words.
Ooh, reminds me of my days in the last war, but with more chest pain. Too old for this for sure. Come here, we gotta talk about Isabet. She's still alive. I bet my life on it.
You've agreed to help rescue Isabet. To do that, you'll need to clear the way so Casper can follow safely. He says to head to the southeast. Grabbing a source sled first will help even the playing field.
Don't forget! Shouts Casper. Those source sleds can't go too high or too low without losing their integrity. Keep it on the fog and push over the higher walls. Level 5.
Another wave of Knoll mercenaries bursts from the shadows. Cries Casper from behind you. A motley crew of creatures. A strange-looking goblin glides up. The goblin shouts abuse at his Knoll escort.
Those nobodies made mincemeat out of your fleabag gnolls. I told you the direct approach wasn't gonna work. I'm gonna go bait the hook on my plan.
The Knoll snarls as he runs after his comrade. In the distance, you hear the Knoll snarl.
We cannot look weak. No. Those who look weak die first. Always.
It's the stupid who die first, dimwit.
Replies the goblin.
Let my flying pets soften them up. Now move before the fireworks start.
Gnolls and goblins have taken up positions atop a nearby wine shop. You'll need to clear them out for Casper to
Your
pass safely.
companion died well.
shouts Casper.
Head north, friends! Up the skyway! I'll watch your back!
A swarm of bats clouds the street before you. Some kind of metal glints on their bodies as they flit
The
about,
dead feel no shame. There are always losses in war. You know that.
Watch come the morning,
mutters Casper as he coasts along behind you. Shadows move among the arches of a nearby market. More of Vaunt's mercenaries await their position. Swarm over the tower itself.
Must have been holding that in reserve. Those things are expensive. An iron defender prowls the storeroom. Once you get rid of it, this may prove to be a good place to catch your breath.
Three sky skiffs descend, and a supporting patrol of gnolls moves to block your path. Is there any end to Vaughn's mercenary army?
Focus on the mission.
Casper gasps in surprise as he reaches the wreckage of the Magefire cannons.
3 of them! Now I feel like an idiot. Thank the host you were here.
This city watch station is locked up tight and stands as silent as the grave. Is it unmanned? Or have the guards inside been given a reason to sit this one out?
Looks like they're using sky wards.
Casper tells you.
Your source leads might suddenly stop working out here. Be careful.
The mercenary Gish stands here, his jaws frothing.
The goblin says you're strong, but he's just a weakling. Enough waiting! I'll butcher you now! Feast on your flesh and keep all the glory!
Your companion died well.
Sings out. Construction site.
You should have stuck with my plan.
You're my next meal, goblin meat! Right after these outlanders!
Gish charges to the
There are always losses in war. You know that.
his wounds. Before you can finish him off, a chanting voice calls your attention to the north and above. A tiefling sorcerer completes his spell on a ledge above you. Gish vanishes, reappearing at the sorcerer's side. With another quick gesture, both the tiefling and the gnoll vanish from your sight. The goblin's voice calls to you across the gap.
That went about how I expected, so that leaves just little old me. A great big bounty, no partner to split it with, and some nice payback on the side. I'm all ready for you, so come on over.
High above the construction yard, a soar sled slowly drifts up. Isabet's body lies upon the sled, completely still. The goblin is nowhere to be seen.
Don't make me wait all night.
The goblin's voice echoes through the mists.
Hey! Ow! Cut that out!
Screams Urk as he tosses down a smoke bomb. The shrill voices of more goblins pierce the night air.
The dead feel no shame.
slowly, holding the limp form of Isabel. You've reached Isabel, but all is not.
She's gone! Gone!
Says the goblin.
Boss?
An imposing figure motions for you to stop. Please turn back. Vaunt Arcano-Technic is dealing with a security problem inside this store. For your own safety, leave immediately or face the consequences. The entrance is blocked by a magic field projected by a modified version of Vaunt's Arcana system.
I'm taking damage!
They're probably holding him somewhere inside the store. Open a door to the Sky Coach dock, Zolkis. They'll capture that fractious wizard. Party in
On the mission.
small card by the door. Store manager. The door is secured. You'll need a key to get in. You unlock the door using the key to the manager's office. The Radiant Idol calls out to you as it climbs aboard.
Be brave. Stay focused.
The people who battle. Give them a lesson. With the battle won, you search the Skycoach dock and immediately spot the notebook you're looking for. Surely it contains evidence that will incriminate Vaughn.
Evan Greybeard, your would-be informant, lives somewhere upstairs in this slum tenement tower. The door into Evan's apartment stands before you, wide open. This can't be good. 2 hobgoblin corpses lie at the feet of a stern gnome. The air smells of sulfur. "And who in Khyber are you?" the gnome demands in a pitiless tone. The gnome inquisitive deputizes you to track down Evan Greybeard, a dangerous criminal on the run. The air suddenly grows warmer. A draft rises from somewhere below. You have a sense that you're being watched. More so than usual. Your recent encounters with an odd gnome inquisitive and undead spirits notwithstanding. This must be the place where Evan went for a drink. Perhaps the bartender has seen him. You turn to head outside, only to find a man standing in your path. He beckons you over. These ne'er-do-wells have mistaken you for an easy
There are
mark.
always losses in war.
This won't end well.
You know that. I've done my part. Get out there and finish the job, soldier. The dead feel no shame. I've done my part. Get out there and finish the job, soldier.
Strange. What's a treasure chest like that doing in a place like this? You find yourself in a small corner of the vast sewers that snake beneath the city. If your suspicions are correct, the mysterious Hastar has a hideout somewhere nearby.
Look what the cat dragged in.
The crouching half-orc barely seems to be paying attention to you. How's the weather? Ash de Fairashk, bounty hunter, is having a hard time with some kind of pipe contraption. Maybe you could help.
Huh? The secret door just popped open. You did it.
Ash de Fairashk calls down the hallway. You should probably investigate. At first, Lady Thora gapes at you like a startled deer. Then she sighs with exasperation.
Cursed contractors. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Damage!
Out when she sees the known inquisitive among the attackers. Nobody calls the dark matter. And you're done playing house. For today, we need to keep moving, Thora says. If you want to talk to Evan, you need to do it now.
You arrive at the world-renowned Corona, a temple dedicated to the god of wealth, located in the pulsing heart of Sharn. The main temple has just closed its doors for the evening. You wonder why Kol Karan's high priest wants to meet with you after hours. An imposing man dressed in a noble's finery beckons you from the main courtyard. The high priest gestures to the east.
Take the sky coach at the end of the northern courtyard. It will deliver you to your destination.
One of Sharn's most powerful men has turned against Lucien Vaunt and has selected you to deliver the killing blow against his new manufactory. You arrive at your destination after a long flight through the forest of towers that comprises the Middle Memphis district. To your surprise, Vaunt's Dura warehouse is a drab and unremarkable structure. The entrance is unguarded, so you slip inside. Strange silence. Scramble with action.
Intruders! Activate the alarm spells! Lock down the entire tower!
Pulling the ornate lever triggers a suspicious rumbling in the hall behind you. You've uncovered a secret passage. A large group of guards has formed ranks in front of the tower's lower doors.
Defend the doors!
One shouts in command.
Don't let them pass!
Pushing open the doors unleashes a wave of hot air. Gives way beneath your feet. The rumbling clank of machinery grows louder as you move further. You have reached the center of the manufacturing. Sabotaging and threatening here should disable the whole. machinery loudly grinds and squeaks. Acrid smoke pours from the sabotaged equipment. Arcane lightning crackles through the grating as the device overcharges and melts. As you open the first valve, the pipes in the room begin to rupture and steam hisses from the cracks. Another pipe breaks, and the machinery itself begins to shudder. Pulling the final lever causes the temperature in the room to flare up as the system breaks down. The last piece of equipment in the room is sputters installed. Soon, the entire tower starts. At you as you enter the room.
My wonderful equipment! How could you destroy it like that? You'll pay for this travesty!
There are always losses in war. You know that. I'm taking down.
To continue its assault.
Somewhere nearby is the Stormreach Beacon, Vaughn's protection against vengeful Forge Wraiths. The beacon will surely be under heavy guard, but that's never stopped you before. Tonight you'll steal the beacon back from under Vaughn's nose. And if you do it right, no one will be able to stand in your way.
mission.
It's a fine evening here in Sharn, says Lucien Vaunt, his voice brimming with confidence. And tomorrow will be truly beautiful. Vaunt will be talking on stage for a while. Now's your chance to steal back the Stormreach beacon. Another announcement. On behalf of Vaunt Arcanotechnic, it is my pleasure to announce a revised and perfected version of my device. Introducing the new Vaunt Better still, the Vaunt Arcane Apprentice has new functionality.
Your companion died well.
It's simple enough that a brute with absolutely no arcane training can use it. My charming assistant will now demonstrate. Lucy mutters to Vaunt.
Boss, we have a situation backstage.
If you please.
Damn this box to Kyber! Will you listen to me?
The troll lashes out in anger. Cool, unbelievable. Troll. And we do have an extra tough adamantine edition of the device available. We should.
Hey! Focus on the mission!
Some of the new spells included in this version are locate objects, find things around the house, detect poison if things go amiss in the kitchen, minor image, and perfect for the garden, Leoman's tiny hut. I imagine you have questions. Oh, yes, the lady in the back. The new Vaunt Arcane Apprentice comes in any color you like, as long as it's black. Well, we don't cover gross abuse, like the kind we saw from my assistant. But for normal everyday use, the Vaunt Arcane Apprentice is completely guaranteed for the lifetime of the user. The device does not depend on Sharn's Manifest Stone in any way. You can take it with you on a jaunt, and see the same perfect results. No, of course the device has no side effects. Who have you been talking to? Every Vaunt Arcanotechnic device is built to the highest standards of quality. Let's not perpetuate baseless accusations when we should be discussing the device's many, many uses instead. Yes, the Warforged in the back. It works underwater up to the depth of 25 fathoms. It is not combustible, though I should warn you, submerging it in hot magma, covering it in acid, or otherwise disassembling the device will nullify your lifetime guarantee. The cost of the Arcane Assistant is within the means of most working people. The Arcane Apprentice is priced to appeal to a more select audience. And, of course, the troll-proof adamantine cover costs a bit extra.
I'm taking damage!
What's going on?
Lucien Vaughn crumples with a cry of anguish on his lips. He died as he lived, spectacularly. You've recovered the stolen beacon. Now, to return the artifact to Stonehenge, where it will once again guard the city it had protected for thousands of years.